Now, what we've been doing as a leadership team is looking at big picture strategy. We've done a lot of different things. But before we get to some of that, I'd like to talk a little bit about, we're sort of participating in a national movement called the Amazing Parish Movement. And we were able to go to the Amazing Parish Conference this summer. And maybe I'd invite David to share a little bit about the Amazing Parish Movement and some of the things that you've seen helpful of being part of this national movement.
Well, the Amazing Parish Movement was really started by a nationally known author and speaker, Pat Lencioni. He's a devout Catholic, and he identified some issues with the church that differentiates from normal business practices. And what he wanted to do was develop an organization which would support the priests in the aspects that they aren't necessarily taught in seminary, and then to surround them with a leadership team that would help them deal with various issues, whether they be organizational issues with staff or with other things, or also the spiritual aspects of the parish. So that was kind of one of the things when we went to the national conference. We were actually able to hear from firsthand experience different pastors and parishioners that have gone through this program and some of the fruits that they've seen from their labors. So.
Yeah, and there's other parishes in our diocese. We ran into parishioners and the pastor in Oaks, Father Tim, and it was a great conference, when we went to Phoenix. And there was hundreds of parishes sort of starting to enter into this method of leading with a team, and the pastor having a leadership team to lead with. Anyone else have any sort of big takeaways from our conference that we went to?
Well, I know for me, all of the tools that they kind of lined up for us, they've obviously put a lot of thought, a lot of work into this in the considering the strategy of how to do what we're doing so that it doesn't just become a program, it's a culture, it's a change of how we do things as a first the parish leadership team, and then it just flows out from there over and over. And I think that change of the culture and kind of a shift in a mental attitude, that's going to be huge for parishes, both in how we work and how we proceed in the future, and of course how we lift up our pastors. That's a huge part of it.